Page 16, Reflections. 4/4 time, 1 sharp in the key signature. It's G major or E minor. Make sure you can do both of those scales, 2 octaves up and down. I got videos, blah, blah, blah. You got it, okay. This one, when you look at the end, it's ending on a G. It's G major. Broken chords. If you don't want it up here, then you can use second. The second finger here, because D here, this is measure 6, it's a D. Here I'm just rocking the hand. I'm not holding it still and trying to use fingers to do this. I don't recommend it. I use weight to play anyway, and I'm just rocking the hand back and forth. The motion is actually a very little motion. I exaggerate it so you can see it better, because it really is a small motion. When you play the G, the left hand's supposed to come up. Good luck. Idea. And then at measure 21 you go back to your original theme you had at the beginning. And at the end, measure 25 here, hold that C down. You can do a 2 here or a 1, either one, it's up to you. 4 here. And then the last note has an ABA under it, so take it down an octave. If you have a short keyboard or you don't have it, you just play the lowest G you have. It's close enough. This is all pretty much legato throughout. You can lift up between the phrases if you want, but it's all pretty much legato. Dynamics, it's for the most part it's the right hand, but at the beginning it's both hands. I want it to sound like one hand played all of that. So you play it all the same. Measure 4 your crescendo up to moderately loud. And then when you get to measure 8, you go back down to moderately soft. Make the left hand go soft, because we want to hear that. And now you're moderately soft like you were at the beginning. You're going to crescendo there at measure 11 and 12. You didn't crescendo very much because at measure 13 you're only moderately loud. Stay there. So at moderately loud, stay there at measure 17. So forth. At measure 20, slow down a little bit. And you have fermatas there. You're going to linger on those notes for a little bit. What feels right. Whatever you think feels right. And then you lift both hands like taking a breath and go on. The odd tempo means your same speed you were going before you slowed down. So forth. And then at the end you're getting loud here on measure 24. You go down to moderately loud. Soft. They didn't give you another decrescendo there. I suggest you decrescendo from moderately loud to soft there in measure 26. Those last 2 notes are only going to be about moderately soft. So now you're soft. Slow down. The left hand I think should be very soft at this point, because as I'm doing this, I want to hear this. Don't drown it. Don't drown it out. That's my impression of it. Andante con moto, it's a leisurely but motion. Well, the 8th notes are going to give you the motion. They have the metronome markings. You want to try them, that's fine. A little bit about metronomes. These metronomes are for the most part to give you an idea They're not an absolute. It says this number, by golly, I'm playing at that number. No, it's an idea. See, there's a story about Beethoven. When metronome was first coming out, and Beethoven was a big believer in metronomes. He loved them. And he would go back to music he'd written previously, and he would put in metronome markings to the pieces. Well, later on it was found that when he would have another copy of that piece and he'd put in markings to it, they would be different. The metronome markings would be different than what he had done before. The whole idea is that music is felt, and it depends on how you feel at the time as to what speed it's going to go. I don't play things the same speed every time I play them. It depends on a lot of things. So I won't get into the wine and the coffee and all that, just a lot of things here. So you can play it at that speed. Just a leisurely pace. See, andante is not slow, it's just a leisurely pace. With motion, well, that tells you don't go too leisurely on it, okay? But it's not a fast piece. Now they've added pedal, that's fine, because this isn't, again, a reflections. It's a misty, smeary thing we can do with this. They're telling you overlapping pedal, and you're changing it with the harmony. You're changing it with each measure is what they're doing. And then on measure 5, you have a simile, which tells you to keep doing what you were doing. And since the simile is down next to the pedal markings, then that's what it's referring to, because the simile could refer to anything. So we're just going to keep changing it on every measure, and we're going to overlap it. I'd still like to hear a phrase here and there, like at the bottom of the page. Before I go to measure 13, I might lift up the pedal. So it's like taking a breath. We go, and then measure 20. When I end that after the fermata, I lift the pedal with the hands, so there's just a little silence, like taking a breath. Don't have to. That's part of interpreting the music. It's overlapping pedal, just like we've been doing. If I played this 10 times, I'd play it different every time. So don't copy me necessarily. Get into it and feel it on your own and see what you can do with it.